Welcome to Econo Chat Let's Talk Business with Mr. Daniel Steinman. A warm welcome to our listeners and a warm welcome to our hostess, Elsabethi Unyane, and as well as, of course, Mr. Daniel Steinman. We are talking about, of course, we talk about the economy every week right here on Econo Chat Let's Talk Business with Mr. Daniel Steinman. But today we're going to ask the question, what drives the economy and how inflation is linked to everything that we do in terms of the economy. Is it the energy? Is it communication? Is it transport? How is inflation also linked to these different you can come in with a word, Mr. Daniel Steinman.
Elsabethi, you put it very well.
Yeah.
I was thinking during the week, what will I address now as a relevant topic, because we are in that post-budget phase where there's a lot of opinion in the National Assembly about the budget, but it doesn't really change anything. The budget is done and sealed. You know, the political side of the budget, you can make as much noise as you want. The budget is a reality, and it is based on certain reality. So that disqualified any further comments from my side on the budget.
Okay.
Then I was thinking, shall I do a little bit of economics 101, back to basics, what are the fundamentals? And while I was reminiscing about a proper topic, I was in the supermarket and pushing my trolley up and down the passages there, looking for stuff, hunting for specials. And then it struck me that many of the ordinary staple foodstuffs, the common food that every household have to buy almost every day, I checked the prices and I asked myself, is this possible? Can staple food increase by more than 40% in just 1 year? And then I decided I'll talk about inflation again. But I'll look at the way that you just summed it up, the link to the basic drivers of the economy.
Yeah.
And if we take that as our cue, the first one on my list is energy. Now, energy can be electricity, it can be fuel you put in your car, it can be solar, it can be wind power, anything that makes a system work.
Yeah.
Depends on a form of energy. You know, it can be gas. There's no limit. In our case, it is mostly electricity and diesel and petrol with a little bit of gas. Even the renewables among the electricity, that electricity still has to go into a grid. I mean, you don't go plug in your portable little solar system at the big Umburu power station and charge it. So it's electricity and it's fuel. And fuel is derived from crude oil. So the price of crude oil in the international markets is a key concern for how the price of energy products on the retail side, how it responds. Now, I realize that is a mouthful. Let's break it down. If you look at the history of the crude oil market, you will see that in 2008, crude oil, and let's just for example take one, there are more than 200 different crude oil derivatives, various products that are sold in the open market. And I think I've explained in the past that the prices worldwide are determined by mostly two of those products. The one is WTI, West Texas International, or light sweet crude. It's the same thing. And the other one is Brent oil or North Sea oil or Saudi Arabian oil, all the same thing. You know, so our crude prices are determined by Brent, North Sea oil, because our oil is sourced mostly from Saudi Arabian sources, and that is a North Sea type oil. So somewhere in the first quarter of 2008, Brent peaked at $146 per barrel. And less than 6 months later, we had runaway inflation in the region of 8 to 9%. And only a few weeks after that, as that impact on everything else, as it started filtering through the economy, we started getting major upheavals in many countries in the world, also in Africa, also in Namibia. So it means that in 2008 we had a fuel crisis, and less than a year later we had a social crisis.
Yeah.
Do you see that,
Yeah.
that link? Same thing is happening now. If you look at the more recent history, you can see that the crude oil price went from below $60 a barrel to where it is now hovering between 84 and 89, sometimes touching 90, then falling back, but not going below 80. So what it tells me is that the impact of the increase in price of crude oil, subsequently diesel and petrol, is the major driver on the energy side of inflation.
Yeah.
Now, let's quickly think this over a bit, and then we come back and I look at the second component where there's this direct link between inflation and the basic drivers of the economy.
Okay, let's do that, and we will be right back after this short break.